This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And today continues our wonderful journey with our favorite school teacher and some of our favorite school students that were ever on, that were ever on a cartoon that we watched growing up. And that, of course, is from the show, The Magic School Bus. We are covering our third episode today, and it is Grace's turn. She's gonna I don't know what she's going to tell us. I'm excited. I have no clue what episode she's doing. But these field trips always take some interesting turns. So we'll see where we go today and if I am ready for it. We're ready to learn the science of it all.
Ready to learn, like in your episode last week. Well, not fully like in your episode. Your episode last week really pushed some ethical boundaries.
Of course. My
episode this week, we won't fully get into it. But it will push some legal boundaries or raise some legal questions.
Oh, no. Okay, well, let's see if I can be of use today.
Oh, perfect. So today I'm doing season 3, episode 11, entitled In the Rainforest.
Oh gosh.
We're crossing international borders with children, so.
Well, yeah, there's the first red flag. But also worried about legal questions in the rainforest. What are these children about to be doing here? But all right, let's see.
Legal authority. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I picked this episode today. Well, one, based on the name In the Rainforest, obviously, that's going to catch me in. But as soon as it started, I said, I'm absolutely doing this one. Because it intersperses in and out with it stays in color, but intersperses in and out with a detective noir slant.
Oh gosh, I love it.
As if instead of being on a colorful magical bus, it's the gritty streets of Chicago or something.
I love it already. It's like a neo-noir type of,
exactly. And in all good detective stories, we have our narrator. And so in this episode today, it's Dorothy Ann. So she's the bookish one who always has her book facts ready.
According to my research.
Yes, here's my research here. So we start by slowly panning by the buses pulling into school. And we're slowly narrowing in on Miss Frizzle's class as we hear Dorothy Ann's voiceover saying, "It all started on a Monday morning before the first bell. But it wasn't just any Monday morning. It was Earth Day. And we ordered a surprise present for Miss Frizzle. And we were all waiting for it to arrive." So we zoom in on the classroom. Yes. With the kids, including Dorothy, who are all pacing the room, antsy that their gift for the Frizz would arrive in time for Earth Day. Since, this was in days of yore, Alexis, when you could not track your package online. So you just had to wait.
Oh, gosh, the fucking Stone Ages.
Yeah, exactly. So in the mid-90s, who's to say when your package would arrive?
Who knew? You just waited, looking out the window with a blanket wrapped around your shoulder. Fogging up the window with your breath. When will my package arrive?
When will my package arrive from war?
All beaten and bruised.
Yeah, truly. And Carlos is shaking his head in disappointment, saying mail order, more like fail order. But one of the students isn't wound up anxious in the waiting game. And it's because this student is anxious about not finishing his homework. And this student is Tim, who's kind of our artsy student. And he is stumped because he's been trying to finish his essay about what Earth Day means to him. And we see at his desk a bunch of crumpled up papers scattered around. He's looking stressed. He's unable to put into words exactly what it means. And I assume the shit is due today. We've all been there. We've all been Tim.
A few too many times. Yeah.
many, many times. But he gets distracted as well as the Frizz bursts into the classroom. She's wearing a lovely blue dress covered in images of parrots and toucans and monkeys and trees,
Mm,
a
okay.
rainforest motif,
Yes.
perhaps.
Yes.
She's also casually unicycling in on a giant globe.
Oh,
The globe is
where
like
did
the
you get
wheel,
that? Okay.
you know?
Oh, like okay, okay. You
Yeah,
know what? She's a woman of many talents.
she's a witch.
Yeah, I was say, and perhaps of magic as well.
Magic,
So,
yes.
if she wants
So
to unicycle in on a globe,
unicycling on a
who am
globe.
I to judge? Who?
Whomst am I? And on her favorite holiday, no less, who am I to, tarnish her traditions, her culture?
Oh no. Oh, Earth Day. That's right. Yes, exactly.
Yes, she loves Earth
She's
Day.
excited. If this is how you celebrate, girl,
Yes,
get
do
y'all
your thing.
celebration on. Hmm.
And just in time, Liz, the lizard, comes in too, and Liz is pushing a giant wooden box on a dolly. And it's the gift for Miss Frizzle, and she is just tickled and so touched by the thoughtfulness of her kids. And so they open up this present. It's like in a crate, essentially. And first, Frizz grabs out a full-on scroll, not just a card, but a scroll that she unravels. And on it, it says, it's very official. It says, "Congratulations, Miss Frizzle. You have rented a tree in the rainforest, which is helping to preserve the plants and animals."
Mm.
And so basically, like, how you can like name a star or like sponsor like a sea creature kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
It's that, but with a tree in the rainforest. Like,
Okay, cool.
yeah, like she got a tree named after in the rainforest, and like they're the sponsors of this tree.
That's
So
cute.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Okay.
that's what it is.
Nice,
And
nice. Which I
yes, so,
mean, that's like a real thing too, right?
yeah,
They do
exactly.
that with yeah, okay.
Yeah,
With
I mean,
trees.
pretty
Yeah.
sure it definitely is.
Yeah, like, I
Probably.
feel like I've heard of that with trees. I definitely
Yeah,
I have heard of it with the context of stars and like
yeah,
yeah, sea
yeah.
animals
So
and
I'm pretty
stuff.
sure it's with trees too.
Yeah.
So, yes, we see a picture of the tree and it's a cocoa tree, which also
Hmm.
I'm always like, cocoa, cacao? I never know which one it actually is
Yeah.
to say, but you know what?
Um, you
Whatever. I
know,
didn't look it up. I did at one point and then I forgot. And here we are now. I'm going to say cocoa tree this whole time.
I'm
Or we'll
here
go back
for
and
it.
forth. Who's to
That's
say?
it sounds that's the American way.
The American way.
Yeah.
So, as the renter of this tree, she gets all of the beans that it will produce for the next year. So that's kind of like the benefit of being the sponsor. Like they'll send her all of like the beans, like the fruit from the tree, basically.
Mm.
So
Okay,
that's
now
when we.
that's a good deal.
I know.
Also, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you got some questions about this international trade.
Yeah, kind of. And I'm like, well, sponsors. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I guess
Mhm.
sponsor means can mean owner in a
Yes,
way,
and I think it's probably like it's a nonprofit, so I'm
Yeah,
sure there's some things they can skirt around for that.
probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Let it slide.
Yeah, Miss Frizz is not ever asking legal questions. She doesn't have to. She's got good lawyers.
Never.
Someone else
Exact.
does.
Great lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Those consent forms are tip
Are
top.
strict. So that's when we notice that there's also a big tin in the box, and it is the first shipment of the beans.
Mm.
So Frizz opens up the tin and turns it over to dump out what's inside, and it's one single shriveled up, looking like a fucking raisin bean slash fruit. I think
Uh,
it's technically a fruit, but I like saying bean because cocoa beans or like
yeah,
cacao
yeah.
beans. But they're
Wait,
fruits.
that's hilarious now, and like takes back basically all the ethical questions I had about that before. It's like, oh, that's what she gets. Okay,
Right?
that sounds
You're
about
like
right.
you're like, no, it's fine. It's a scam, clearly. So like
Yeah,
it's legal.
exactly.
Scam.
She deserved it.
Yeah, those kids got on that early internet to order
Yeah,
this mail
yeah.
order tree.
I was kind of thinking, like, that sounds a little too good to be true. Like, you sponsor a tree and you get all of the freaking
The
beans that
fruits
come
of its
off of it.
labor.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, okay, I guess sponsor means ownership. Oh, no, yeah, it's a fucking scam.
Yeah. And
So
there's like
actually,
this.
This episode isn't about the rainforest. Miss Friz is mad that the kids got scammed, so she's taking them back to the jungle to fucking get retribution.
It's a revenge plot.
Yeah. Anyways.
And it's like in the rainforest, so that's why like it's like a detective noir because they're also like about to take down some huge like smuggling
Fraud
kingpin.
operation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smuggling these beans over.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean you can see the emotion on Friz's face as like silence takes the classroom. She's not even like, "That's okay, kids." It's just like, "Is there anything else in
That's
here? Is this it?"
the first time she's actually disappointed in her students. Like, really?
I thought I taught you media literacy and you got scammed still. What is this, kids? Have we learned nothing?
These kids would never make it past AI. Oh,
Oh,
God.
no, no. So the silence is broken as Carlos, who's got his good one-liners this episode, says, "We've been had." It's very good.
That is good.
But at the bottom
Yes.
of the box, because Frizz is looking in that box to make sure some of the beans didn't fall out or anything like that.
Shaking it upside down. Like nothing.
No any
Yeah.
holes in this box. But there's a single handwritten note which says, "Due to circumstances beyond my control, your tree has a shortage." From Inspector 47.
Hmm.
So the kids are in an uproar over this. And
Yeah.
Dorothy Ann is also in an uproar, especially she's clearly like, "What the fuck is this?" I imagine she's like, "What is this? A ransom note? A scam? A robbery? A cover up?"
It's proof of a crime. No, whatever it is, it's proof
Yes.
of a crime.
Something nefarious has
God.
happened here between tree, box, arrival. Where in this chain did it happen?
Yeah.
But Tim, who is very calm, cool, and collected, usually, again, when he's not trying to write that essay, he speaks up in a very calming voice and says basically like nothing happens without reason. So there must be some type of explanation around this. We just have to write or ask the right questions in the right places. And the Frizz, of course, her earrings glow as she smiles. And we hear Dorothy's voiceover again as we pan to the kids loading up onto the bus, which turns into an aircraft and, of course, is zipping across an ocean at this point.
Oh,
To
great.
get
Okay.
to the rainforest,
International waters.
international waters.
The whole bunch of kids whose parents don't know they're over international waters.
Here's my question. Well, I'll get to it in a second after I hear the voiceover. Dorothy Ann's saying, "I knew we didn't have to ask when I saw the look from Miss Frizzle. I knew already. We were heading to that rainforest to find out what happened to her cocoa beans." And here's a couple questions that I have. One, yes, this is a unscheduled field trip across international borders.
Yeah.
Because
Concerning.
the Frizz didn't know she was getting a dud present that they'd have to go to investigate. So there's no
Very true. Good point.
permission
Could
slip.
not have been planned.
This could not have been planned. There's no permission slips as usual. Also, where are their passports? Does she just have some fraudulent passports for these kids? But also, how is this bus an aircraft now flying undetected?
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I don't think they're not flying into an airport, Grace, or into any like official, not even like a military base.
They're
or no,
like in
Miss Frizzle says
airspace.
passports. You assume we're going through customs.
Yeah.
You
But like
serious?
they still have like people monitoring airspace at some point, which makes me say, yes, absolutely, she's a witch. This is some high-tech military technology, or she's a witch. Those are the only two options that they're being undetected as they're passing through all these borders.
Yeah.
So
Or she's like, they're looking for planes and things up there.
Yeah,
This ain't no
a
plane. This is a
bus.
bus. Yeah, they have no clue how to track buses flying through the air.
That's
The-
like
the
there's
human
definitely
brain cannot comprehend.
as they like passed through like I don't even know what, because we don't know where they are in the country as they pass
Yeah,
through. Like,
also concerning.
yes, the US, someone definitely was like started a UFO rumor as they saw this bus. This was like a spike in the 90s
It's like
of a UFO
one of the great UFO conspiracies is
mysteries.
centered around the Magic School Bus.
Exactly.
There's like the hazy picture of it or whatever, that one
See, it's not
picture
a
that people are
plane. It
going
has a
off of.
bus shape still.
It's something else. It's
Strange.
elongated and yellow. There is no
Yes,
plane that looks
like
quite like that.
this.
Although I guess Spirit Airlines would like to have a word,
But still,
but
yeah,
that came later. Anyways, I
exactly.
think.
So,
Wow.
yes,
Good questions, though. Good questions and strengthening the theory
questions.
of she's a true witch,
Yes,
perhaps the most
exactly.
powerful.
I would say so. And we'll get to put a very short pin in that too about Miss
Mm,
Frizzle's power. So
yeah,
we zoom in on the kids on the bus, particularly Dorothy Ann, who's standing at the front of the bus as she says something like, like, according to my like tingling senses of truth and justice,
of
I'll discover
course.
what happened to this tree. Or my name's not. And the Frizz finishes her sentence and says, or her name's not Detective D.A. And she
Mm,
hits a button that drops a trench coat and fedora right onto Dorothy Ann,
nice.
as well
Are they
as
playing jazz music throughout this? I really
in
hope they
my
are.
head, they are. In my
Okay,
head,
good.
there's always
You
soft
know,
jazz, and
we're
that
bringing
it,
back the jazz music for a couple of these episodes because they used it in
yes.
my next episode too, which is making me so happy that yours has this noir element to it as
Yes, it's
well.
like
Anyways,
very softly in the background here.
subtle, interesting,
Yes.
love it.
And so among these things that she gets, also like a notebook for her investigation, Dorothy Ann also gets a badge identifying her
Hmm.
as a rainforest investigator, which
Okay,
we'll get a little more into it later, but I was like, oh my God, cute.
under what
But
authority?
yes, and that will go back to Miss Frizzle's power because I'm gonna let you know
Interesting.
right now, there's authority behind this badge.
Oh shit.
There's authority behind this badge, and
Okay.
I
Oh
got some
God.
questions. So we'll get to them in a little bit when we see the badge in action.
Oh, I just had when you said that, I just had a whole montage fly through my brain of Dorothy Ann like arresting people in the rainforest, like pulling out a firearm on people,
Right, the last thing
showing the
that
badge.
drops from the Frizz's bus right now is like a
Yeah,
gun.
a holster.
Yeah.
Like tackling some dude who's like trying to run away from a logging site or something, and just holding him down, like, answer my questions. Shows him the
Well,
badge.
what's even funnier too is that the Frizz says that every detective needs a partner. And someone was standing next to Dorothy Ann as all of this was happening, being very calm, cool, and collected. It's Tim, who also now has
Oh,
like a
good.
trench coat on and like a fedora, but
Okay.
like the front flipped up, which is now funny because obviously good cop, bad cop. Like Tim is the good
Yes.
cop, calm, cool, collected.
Yeah,
Dorothy Ann's
exactly.
clearly the bad cop.
Reasonable. The hothead, the
Yeah.
wild card. And also I was so sure that you were gonna say her partner was Arnold. And I was like, oh God, no. Oh God, no.
No, Frizz knows how to run an
Not this
investigation.
good.
Okay.
Yes,
She's not
yes,
going to give Arnold a badge of authority
yes.
at all.
Oh man,
She
she's
knows
smart.
that
She
kid
knows
is,
her students.
she knows Arnold's about to be covered in a mosquito net fighting for his life out there in the
Yeah.
rainforest.
He's gonna be preoccupied.
He's
He
out
can't focus
there.
on the investigation. He's like being attacked by bugs, falling into
Exactly.
quicksand that probably
Yeah.
exists there.
Yep.
Oh man,
So
great.
naturally, the next plan of action is to give all of these 10-year-olds parachutes so that they can all skydive out of the plane.
Okay. Mm,
So
mm.
they all do that,
Mm,
Alexis. It's all
hmm.
fine. But notably,
Sure.
we also see later the bus on the ground. So, like,
Oh,
it could have
so
landed.
it could land.
It could have landed. But I think this is where I will now present a theory I have about Miss Frizzle, which
Yes.
is she an international criminal? Like, she's She had those backup passports probably. Why is
Not
she
at
giving this
all
kid
where
a
I thought you were
badge
going, but
and a
I
gun?
love
How's she
it.
smuggling in? How's she know the drop point, which is where to versus where to drop the vehicle? Because we don't see the bus for a little bit here, but it shows back
Hmm.
up. Different drop points, very important.
She does have a certain James Bond villain-esque like
Yes.
aura to her,
Yeah.
if you
A lot
will.
of
Shrinking
mystery,
technology,
a lot of
a bus that
gadgets.
can, yeah, a lot of gadgets. Bus can
Yeah.
turn into a flying vehicle,
Yeah. I mean, she can still be a
underwater
witch
submersible
too,
vehicle.
but
Absolutely, but she could be using her powers to be
yeah.
one of the greatest international criminals in the world, in
Yeah.
history.
A perfect
Yeah,
cover up. An elementary
and
school teacher?
she's got 8 underage adults who like aren't registered in the system. Not even adults, 8 underage
Exactly.
people who aren't in the system because they're
Mm-hmm.
kids
Mm-hmm. Getting
helping
those
her.
fingerprints on everything.
Exactly. But think about too, like the samples she could be collecting, like going inside of Arnold's body. Imagine like the DNA samples and
The
stuff you could
tech. Yeah.
gather and
The
all of
DNA
that
samples.
that you did. And yeah, like
Arnold's in a
stuff
system
that you
somewhere for sure.
exactly. Who's imagine who would buy that? Like she could just sell that off. She might not even
Yeah.
be like a criminal. She could just be like a mercenary, so to speak. Not like in the
Yeah.
violent way, but in the just like, oh yeah, she just like steal like, does
I think
crazy
she's just
shit and then
like,
sells it to the highest bidder,
yeah, I think
you
she's just like
know?
the knowledge holder. Like she's not doing anything
Yeah.
nefarious, but like she's got the
Hmm.
hookups. If it's like a if she wanted to, she could.
Yes, exactly.
And like the
And even
world
think about
feels
the
lucky
first
that she's
episode.
chosen not to.
Exactly, that she uses her powers to like she's supermaning this. Like any day she could wake
Yes.
up and bring this whole system down, but she
Yeah.
chooses to just be a fourth grade teacher. A good
Yes.
one at that. A really good one, not
Exactly.
like a
Exactly. Like
horrible
the best
one.
one.
Yeah, literally. Wow. Oh man.
So,
Great theory.
yes.
We're building a case here. We're
Hmm.
on to you, Frizz, and also
Hmm.
recruit us if you're listening. And
And
if you
also,
are,
please make me a
please recruit us. I would have
international
loved to
witch.
help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the best of
International
both
witch of
worlds.
mystery. That's all I've ever wanted to
A witch
be.
mercenary? Are you kidding me right now? Look, doesn't that sound so fun?
Alexis, have you seen my vision board?
2025 vision board. It's on there. It's
Witch
been on
mercenary.
there.
Let's go, girls.
Get in.
Anything.
Yeah.
So, yes, somehow blessedly they all make it down alive. She's trained them, and Tim and Dorothy Ann get right to work.
Mm,
And Tim right away sees a bunch of animals. They're all very cute, eating a bunch of the fruits and nuts off of trees all around them. And he starts clocking every single one of these animals, taking notes,
good.
and wondering aloud, understandably, of if one of these species could be the suspect. Like, they're clearly
Mm,
eating fruit off of trees. They could have eaten the fruit off of the cocoa tree.
yeah.
But
Mm,
Dorothy Ann shakes her head. That's too easy. She
yeah.
says, I had a feeling Tim was barking up the wrong tree, so I had to set him straight.
Man.
She holds up a photo of the Frizz's tree because they like got a photo of the tree like
Yeah.
in the box.
Here's your tree that you're sponsoring.
Yeah. And she's like basically is like, listen up, Tim, listen up, kids. We're looking for this tree. And for Inspector 47. Get your head in the game. Which is mainly funny because they're in the rainforest and it's just a tree. It's just a picture of a tree.
They're like, and this does not help at all, Dorothy Ann.
Yeah.
And
We're
Inspector 47 of what? Of where? Wait, what
of whomst.
of who? Like where?
Who's
What? Where are we
46, who's
going?
48? Who's to say?
Yeah. Who's to say? Who hired 47?
Yeah. Who hired 47? Where's 007?
What happened
Them.
when 46 met 47?
Seven,
They
47, 8,
48.
49.
They 47, 849. It doesn't hit the same way.
No, not quite. We got it.
Yeah. We'll workshop
Math's hard.
it.
Math's hard. Numbers are
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Math puns
And
are
math
hard.
puns are even harder when you don't know math. So,
Yeah, when we
anyways.
don't know numbers to start with. So somehow, again, blessedly, they do find this tree, which is, yeah, basically finding a needle in the haystack, but they do.
Yeah.
And as the kids run over, Dorothy Ann cuts them off, not letting anyone touch it until she and Tim dust this tree for prints. Like,
Mm.
This is,
Okay.
Alexis, probably like the fourth time ever in the history of this podcast that prints have been looked for in any of our
Yeah.
shows.
It's like
Like,
finally real detective work.
yes. Yeah. Dorothy Ann got that gun and said, this is serious.
She like pulls out a whole lab kit for like
Yeah.
dusting prints and everything,
She's putting
like
her
the
gloves on.
bags, yeah,
Yeah.
mask, everything.
Yeah.
Tim, don't move. Stand
Yeah.
back.
Tape it off, tape the scene off.
Yeah.
But oddly, the tree seems totally fine. Like it doesn't seem like there's been animals like ravaging it. It
Mm.
also doesn't look like wilted or sick because when they saw there was no like animals out and about near the tree, they were like, oh, maybe it's sick. It's not. And like that, it
Oh,
being sick would have been a good reason it wasn't producing any
yeah.
pods.
It's
But
a bittersweet realization.
yes, and it's so healthy, in fact, that they see a bunch of little flowers on the tree blossoming and looking perky
Mm.
and fine.
Mm.
So
Mm.
they pause confused about what could be happening. But any further dusting or evidence gathering gets cut off.
Mhm.
When to the sound, Alexis, of students' screams, all of the students and the frizz get fully swept up in a net that was laying on the ground, hidden beneath the leaves and the dirt.
That just a lot of turns I was not expecting there.
Uh-huh. And
Wow. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
and there's a screech of a truck as it whips up, and a short man dressed Alexis in head to toe white suit
Oh
with
God.
a
Oh no.
straw hat steps out. And in a thick accent, he exclaims that he has captured the cocoa fruit thieves.
Oh. Okay.
We're getting
Really?
twisty and turny in this episode.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I'm glad that I didn't interject with any theories or anything because that's not what I was expecting either.
That's why I just kept going because I
Okay.
was like, it's going
Yeah.
to
I was like,
continue
never
to
mind. Go
be
ahead.
unexpected.
Okay, cool. Yes, this group of fourth graders clearly is a gang, a
Yes,
a
exactly.
rainforest
Like say this
gang.
American group of
Yeah,
children.
with this redheaded white teacher is
Right now, Miss Frizzle's being like, what? Who, me?
me? Oh,
I'm
I've
so innocent.
never. Yeah.
But
Wow.
Alexis, Dorothy Ann, she literally scoffs and rolls her eyes, and she sticks her hand out of the net holding her rainforest inspector badge.
Oh God. Yeah, see, there she is pulling rank. She's
All
like,
right. This man immediately gasps and cuts them down, apologizing profusely.
she pulled rank. It worked.
And
It
he
worked.
begs Dorothy Ann not to tell Inspector One that he falsely imprisoned them and captured them.
Oh shit, Inspector One.
It goes
Oh
all the way to
man.
the
Wait,
top.
so does this badge make Dorothy an inspector, or is this guy in the white suit also an inspector? Is someone else here an inspector?
The
Is that
guy, well, we'll find out who he is
okay? All right.
in a, well, in like the next line. He's Inspector 47. We find out very soon.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Oh,
We find out,
finally. Jeez.
yes. We find out almost
What a way
immediately,
to meet.
yes. This is, I know, bad first impression, let me tell you.
Yikes. You're
Well,
definitely getting a call to your manager
yeah, I'll
after
say
this. Although he
bad,
did just say, don't
don't
tell him.
tell him. Please don't
Yeah.
tell him. Which makes me even more say, we're probably going to tell him.
You're
Because
gonna
also, this
tell
is a bad
him.
second
You're in trouble.
impression, because the first impression was the handwritten note saying,
Oh, true.
sorry,
Sorry.
no beans
Yeah.
for you. And
Mm.
then, sorry,
Thank you for
I
your
just
money, but
captured you in a net.
yeah, not going well. Hmm.
Yes, but he explains basically again by begging, like, please don't tell Inspector One. Here's what's going on here. That basically, like, the way this operation works is that, like, all of us inspectors, we oversee our own little patch of rainforest that they're tasked with caretaking, protecting, overseeing, producing on, all of the above.
Okay.
And Dorothy scoffs at this again, at this man who's clearly bad at his job, and she corrects him. She says, "Okay, well, this is my tree here. Like, it might be your rainforest, but this is our tree."
Okay, I was gonna say your tree, Dorothy Ann, or
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Which, like, can you imagine, like, if you had like a CSA, like a like community like share of like, and you like didn't get the like
Mm.
apples you wanted, so you like called the farmer or like went to their orchard, and you were like, "I'm here to demand nature do what I want.
I want my exactly
Like, give it to me." Dorothy Ann's being a
right
real
now.
Karen here for a second.
Mm,
But,
mm.
if the fruit, the beans were stolen, then like maybe,
Sure, that's a different
maybe.
situation, but
Yes.
yeah.
And then my other thought was like, yeah, what if this was a scam and this was a huge illegal deforestation activity and they just like walked right into it? This parachuted right
Yeah,
into it.
uncovered it on accident. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And this Inspector 47 is like, they never actually come here to look into the reason why
Yeah.
they don't get any
Who'd even
beans.
find the
They
tree?
just
It's fine.
they blame it on climate change. They're like,
Right.
yeah,
We use the
they
same
just think
picture of a
that
tree for every person.
exactly. It's like they don't actually think that people are stealing them. They just think that the trees aren't like bearing
Right.
the
It's
right
not
fruit. It's
producing.
fine. No one ever oh shit,
Who the
put them in the
fuck is
net.
that?
Who the
Wait,
fuck is that?
are you a rainforest investigator? Oh shit. They
Oh
found us.
shit. Guys, the jig is up.
Yeah. Abort mission. Which
See
I'm
people
also like,
scattering the
this
rainforest.
is why Frizz came here. Frizz
Yeah,
knew. We hear like all like
she
the turning on
knows.
of like the construction vehicles as they like scatter.
Little smoke clouds leaving. No, someone
Yeah.
definitely hired the Frizz to like do a thorough investigation of
Yeah.
this
Just shut this shit
organization.
down.
Yeah, shut it down. Here's $20
Yeah.
million for you. Have fun.
Every now and then she comes out of like retirement, which was teaching fourth grade, to
When the
like,
magic school bus rides again, for example.
exactly, it's actually her. Yeah, maybe she's not an international criminal. She's an international spy for sure.
Yeah. Something is going on here for
Yeah,
sure. Yes.
something bigger than we could ever
And
understand is going
yet
on.
still the greatest teacher of all time.
Again, this is her retirement. This is her
She's
passion
a
is
woman
teaching.
who can do it all. Yeah,
Is she a woman
that's
who
her
can do it
true
all?
passion. She just, does the mercenary and espionage stuff for it's like her bread
Yeah.
and butter.
You
But
know what? Teachers
we
are
gotta
so
do our day
underpaid.
jobs. Exactly. We have to do our day jobs to afford our true passions in life. And yeah,
Right.
that's
And in this case,
teachers
her
already
day
aren't paid
job
enough.
is being an international spy, so she can do her
Exactly.
passion of teaching.
Teaching.
School supplies are expensive.
Super.
You know the kind of gas this magic school
Man.
bus takes? At least
Right.
10
And
mil.
also, yeah, that just kind of made me realize, like, this public school, I assume it is, does it not like have a bus system that it uses? Like, she
They're
has to
like,
bring her own bus to work.
this is how fucked up America's school system is.
Yeah.
Teachers used to
And
only
she's
have to
like,
buy
fine, if I'm gonna bring
markers.
my own bus to
Now they have
work,
to bring their
this
own
shit is gonna
bus.
be able to also turn into a plane, a submarine,
This is
a
actually my
boat.
old vehicle for when I worked for the international spy agency I used to work
Right.
for.
I just painted it yellow.
Yeah. So, anyways, DA
Yes.
Dorothy Ann starts firing off questions. She is like poking this man right in the chest. Again, very confident. And
Mhm.
47, I'm just going to call him, he's shaking his head sadly and saying that it's not just their tree in his patch that's not producing, despite how
Mhm.
healthy it looks. None of the cocoa trees in his area are producing pods.
Mm.
And he sighs
Yikes.
at least that, like, at least like the trees look healthy. At least, like, my patch of rainforest is like beautiful. Like, they're not
Yeah.
producing like pods anymore, but like, isn't it beautiful here? Like, we
It's
don't
like
have any more of the like wallows filled with nasty water and mud. There's not like swarms of bugs. There's not animals like stampeding, ripping up the ground. Like, at least it's a
hmm
pretty picture here, but like,
Yeah, you're not the one paying for coffee beans, though, sir.
Yeah, I don't get to come here every day and see the pretty
I
picture
know. I'm
like you
not the
do.
one looking at this beautiful
Yeah.
area. I'm the one in the United States waiting for my coffee beans
Yeah,
or
it's
my
waiting
cocoa
for my
beans, I should
product.
say, to arrive to me. Yeah.
Exactly. But finally, after Dorothy Ann pushes him more, he concedes on what he thinks happens.
Mm.
He literally basically just blurts out that he thinks that Inspector 46 has done something to his area. Because despite all of 47's hard work to beautify it, that 46 is jealous of how beautiful this area has become. His area looks like trash. And so somehow 46 has sabotaged all of the trees so they would not
Hmm.
produce any of the pods.
Okay.
And Tim is taking
Interesting.
notes on all of this as Dorothy Ann's doing the questioning
Hmm.
and listening and observing, watching the body language, watching what's going on around all of them. And he's wondering how all of this is connected. And while he watches, we see on another bush nearby that there's a hummingbird feeding on one of the flowers. And in
Hmm.
the process, it gets covered in pollen and it goes and does it to another flower. So, of course, this is what helps things like fruit grow. We basically see the process of like
Yes.
pollination. And so Tim goes and looks
Interesting.
at the flowers that were blooming on the cocoa tree. And we see that all of the flowers have pollen in them,
Hmm.
like they could be pollinated, but what's supposed to be pollinating them? Like, why are there no hummingbirds or anything over there pollinating these
Yeah.
trees, like these flowers? So, DA, Dorothy Ann allows 47 to leave. She releases him for the time being.
Okay.
And the
We're
class,
done questioning you for now.
but stay
Don't
close.
go too far.
Tim
Yeah.
puts a tracker on the truck that he came up in.
On his ankle.
Yeah. Puts in that straw hat real quick.
Yeah.
And the class hops onto the bus that has now shown up that's turned into, like a rainforest, like Jeep Humvee situation. And they
Gosh.
start exploring. And very quickly after they leave, they can tell when they leave the boundaries of 47's patch because they immediately see what he means when he said his patch was beautiful and pristine. It was covered in grass. Again, it was green and lush. But as soon as they cross outside of his boundary, the ground is bumpy and like full of mud and full of holes from like wallows like made by different animals.
Mm.
It's splashing everywhere.
Oh
The
boy.
bus at one point spooks a pack of, I think this it was pronounced peccaries, which is like a type of like wild pig. Like
Oh, oh,
they're
yikes.
not quite pigs, but they're not quite warthogs. It's like kind of in
Somewhere in
between.
between. Hmm.
Yeah, that's in Central and South America, and in the Caribbean as well. And I think maybe in the Southwest North America, basically like a
Hmm.
Southwest and South America type of thing.
Yeah. A more
They're,
tropical.
yeah, and again, they're
Hmm.
like between warthog and a pig. They're like wiry and kind of wily looking because obviously they're
Oh.
wild. So, anyways, a pack of them gets spooked by this crazy ass bus and they stampede from the woods. Like they like heard the bus somewhere else and stampeded out and accidentally ran right
Oh, okay.
towards the bus. And so the bus swerves to avoid them and lands right into a deep mud pit where it gets immediately stuck and all of the kids have to evacuate as it sinks, of course. So not quicksand, but close enough.
Close. Yes. Yes. And none of
So,
these kids know. None of these kids' parents know.
right, these kids would never be found. Like literally
Mm-mm.
never.
No, no one would know.
No.
Not a single
Not
person
only where
would.
they were, but like how hard it is to search the rainforest for bodies. They're
Yeah.
never being found
Yeah. I don't remember
ever.
any. The only tracking device that went anywhere in our
Was
theory
on
here was
Inspector
on
47.
47. Yeah. So,
Right.
dang. Good luck, Mr.
And
Rose.
his higher ups are going to be inspecting that truck as soon as he gets back to make sure there's no tracking device
Oh,
on it. Like
absolutely.
they know
Yeah.
they got to get debugged every time they come and go from the operation.
Yes.
So when they get out, they realize, like they make it out from the bus, that they are in a extremely sticky and muddy and kind of nasty, but thriving
Hmm.
patch of cacao trees with pods growing all
Oh,
over them.
huh.
So DA gets out her magnifying glass and investigates a flower on one of these trees
Mm.
and finds a tiny midge fly that's pollinating the flowers of this tree. And while she's looking at that, the other kids are like swatting away swarms of the flies around them.
Hmm.
So Dorothy Ann is like, okay, well, we didn't see any bugs over in that patch. So, like, let's jar up some of these bugs, bring them over
Yeah.
to Inspector 46's section, and like, bada bing, like, force them to
Bada
pollinate
bing,
these
bada
flowers and
boom.
like, problem solves itself. She literally, that's my next line. For those watching on YouTube, Alexis just did the wiping hand motion.
Yeah.
My next line is literally, she wipes her hands. A job well done.
See? She's like, and we're
Nailed
done
it.
here. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, kids.
Get
But
these beans and go.
Tim pipes up saying, like, yeah, that could work for a few flowers right now, but what happens in that patch, 47's patch, when those flies, these midge flies, fly away or die off? You can't fence in flies. Like
No,
that's not gonna happen.
not possible.
Like this problem, Tim points out, it feels bigger than the lack of pollination.
Yes.
And DA is fighting against this. Again, hot-headed. She's not seeing the big picture here. She just wants to,
Hmm.
she's just trying to hit those numbers,
She's
solve
she's
those
ready to
crimes.
get she's ready for this investigation to be over so she can get back to life with her family and move on. Keep moving
I'm not doing
forward
more
in
paperwork
life.
here, Tim.
Yeah. She's like, Tim, some of us have families at home that we've got to take care of, all right?
They don't know
I'm
where I
not
am
I'm
right
not
now, Tim. They
married to
never
the
know.
job.
And Tim says, sometimes it's bigger than that family. It's about all of us, Dorothy
It
Ann.
says all of us.
Don't
It's
you want a
about doing
better
what's
future for your
right.
kids?
Yeah. Damn you, Tim. You're gonna be a good father one day. You're right.
She puts the fedora back
Yeah.
on. God damn, I hate when you're right.
Coat back on. Fine. We got 2 more hours to figure this out.
And then I got to pick my kids up from school. I can't miss another soccer game or I'm gonna get divorced. This is my final straw, Tim. This is my last case
You're
of full
counting on
retirement.
me. Yes.
So, as Tim is pacing and focusing his thoughts, he gets a little too focused because
Mm.
he trips right into one of those giant mud wallows that the bus had been like bumbling over and like rumbling over. But
Mhm.
as he falls into one of them, he kind of looks over and looks at a couple other ones and realizes that these wallows are made by peccaries. So those like
Mm.
warthog pig animals, because he sees
Yeah.
some in one or something like that. Basically, a wallow is like a deepened patch, like a bunch of other animals do it, especially like ungulates, I think, that like they
Mm.
like, yeah, literally like roll in and like basically like it creates like yeah like almost like a little hole, like a little
Like a
pit
divot.
in the earth, yeah, like a little divot
Yeah.
type of thing. And they do it for a variety of reasons.
Interesting.
And sometimes like these wallows, especially when it gets rained in, then create little like mud pools essentially. It's
Yeah.
like a bunch of churned up
And then you can
dirt.
get stuck in them and stuff. And
Exactly,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Tim right now, who is now
Mhm.
covered in mud. And
Ew.
all the kids rush to help him, but he's on the case. He waves them off and gets out his magnifying glass and starts looking at the mud in this wallow and gasps that this mud is full of midge flies and their larvae.
Ugh.
I know.
Okay.
First of all,
Yeah.
I would puke if I were to like
Yeah.
barfing in
Quite
this mud
simply.
wallow.
Yes.
Which I guess we're covered in who knows what type of bugs when we're out in nature that we don't see, but to be
Yeah.
face first in it and just the word larvae, no, don't
Yeah,
love
I
it.
know. And for him to be like, no, 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 guys, I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking at this larvae swimming all around me in this mud.
I know. And
Like,
DA's like,
ew.
God damn it, he's married to the job.
I don't know if I can ever have that same commitment that Tim has to this work. I've got a
God, he's
family after all.
got a family after all. God, this is what makes him the best goddamn partner on the force. So DA and Tim, Dorothea and Tim look at each other and are basically like, shit, hold on. Inspector
Literally.
47's area had no mud wallows. It was beautiful.
Mm.
And basically there was no peccaries there to like make these wallows for some weird reason. Like that's confusing why they weren't there. So basically there's no wallows, which means there's no more
Okay.
midge flies that could be born in the mud. Like that's where their larvae are, which means the midge flies aren't there to pollinate the flowers, which means no pods could be produced.
Hmm.
So basically something happened to get rid of these peccaries that beautified this, quote unquote beautified this area. Like how did he get rid of these animals?
Yeah.
So Dorothy points back in the direction they came and declares to everyone that Inspector 47 is their man, is their criminal. He did something to
Mm.
these animals. Something happened here.
Wow.
They got to go shut it
That's
down. Before she can get out her cuffs or anything like
That's
that,
like
because
Dorothy is freaking jumping. She's shaking with excitement, like, oh man, we're about to get him. We're about to
let's
get
go,
him.
let's go. It's my
Which
favorite
also,
part.
though, too, I'm like, hold on. Are they jumping to conclusions here that, okay, anyways.
One person got rid of a pack of wild animals somehow that are just roaming the rainforest. They didn't see any fences.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm like, how the fuck did he get rid of these stampeding animals? So
Yeah.
before she can get out her
Must have
cuffs,
been something horrible. It had to have
must have been
been.
worse than we can ever imagine.
Yeah.
Kids, avert your eyes. I don't want you to see this.
It's gonna get ugly.
But before she can get out her cuffs, the peccaries stampede back through, probably because she's yelling, and all of the kids have to just scramble, like duck and run. And most of them are able to do that and make their way back to the bus that's in the mud, but it's better than being stampeded like Mufasa style by all of
Yes.
these
Oh God.
animals.
Yeah.
Tim and Dorothy Ann, though, get swept away by them. Luckily, they're professionals. They're able to like climb
Truly.
atop these animals and essentially like ride them. And
Hmm.
somehow the stampede luckily heads back towards 47's patch and they're able to like steer theirs right back to the correct patch,
Hmm.
leaving the rest of the class behind because Dorothy Ann, Tim, and Justice wait for no one.
They've got this. They've got this.
So
Like, you're
yes,
too slow for justice.
we move at the speed of justice,
Yes.
which is however fast Dorothy Ann and Tim are going.
Yes. They set that speed.
So Dorothy Ann and Tim find 47 standing among his trees, and he sees these peccaries enter, and he's yelling and trying to shoo them away. And DA straight
Mm.
up like tucks and rolls off of her mount to confront him.
Badass.
I know.
Oh God, to
Eating.
confront him. I thought you were just gonna say to like get out of there. Like, no. Oh, what a badass
Dorothy
entrance.
Ann is by herself in the rainforest with this grown ass man. Tim did not tuck and roll as quickly. He's still on that peccary, like trying to steer back around
He's like, I'm just gonna like make the thing stop and hop off like a
and step
normal
off.
person.
I'm not trying to get a life threatening injury in the middle of this rainforest. The bus is stuck in the mud. Okay.
DA got so inspired by Tim's like commitment to the bit that she's like, you know, fuck it. I'm going all in now too.
Yeah. DA's like, not as young as I used to be, but I can still pull off these moves.
Yeah.
I got my bad knee, but I can do it. God damn it.
I can do it.
You
Yeah.
never stopped me
For
before.
justice.
Yeah. Tucks and rolls. And she,
And starts
again,
yelling at a grown man.
she gets straight up in his face, Alexis. Again, she was
Yeah.
like poking him in the chest before. She's doing the same thing right now, being like, you did something to these peccaries, which meant they couldn't be here making these mud wallows, which means the
Mm.
midge flies aren't there to pollinate, which means you're screwing all our trees. Like, obviously, she's going to demand their money back, but she's taking her down this
Yeah.
whole operation. She's going to cite him for animal
Mm.
cruelty, international crimes. I'm sure she's going to throw the book at this man.
She is. She's ready. She's holding that badge the whole time too. Like you should take everything I'm saying seriously because
As she got up from her tuck and roll, emerged with one hand badge, one hand gun.
You just see like the pig warthog, the peccaries like running behind her like a cloud of dust from their
As dots as she
stampede.
emerges,
Yeah, she
her
just
trench
pulls
coat is
those out.
billowing.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the wind. Oh man. Hat is like slightly crooked, like over part
Exactly.
of her face. Yeah. Superhero landing.
Yeah, yeah, full superhero
Uh
pose. But despite her badassery, Inspector 47 is confused.
mm,
He claims he didn't do anything to
yeah.
drive the peccaries away. They just left on their own. Like once he started to
Yeah.
like clean up, like beautify, so once he started gardening basically in his patch, they just
Mm,
all kind of left. Like he doesn't know why.
yeah.
And just then, sorry, it's so
It's
funny. I'm just
okay.
in that picture of Dorothy Ann being so badass.
Yeah, yeah, like holding her
Of
badge and her
like
gun probably just
good
drops.
cop, bad cop, but she's clearly like bad cop, like the more
Yeah.
intense, like badass one. And in this buddy cop comedy that these two are, it's even funnier now because Tim's mount, his peccary just comes to an abrupt stop and he just gets yeeted off the back, which is
Oh,
funny. Like again, the good cop, bad cop, buddy cop comedy here.
yeah. Dorothy
Tim,
is like badass, but like doesn't play by the rules. And Tim is
yeah,
like super, super smart and reasonable, but fumbling and bumbling.
exactly. He already fell in the mud and now he just got yeeted off
Yeah,
of this
no, he's got
pig.
thrown off. Yeah. And you know what, for comedic, like for just for the to make it really scream comedy too, he lands in mud when he gets like thrown off the fuck it, why not? Again. He just keeps
Yet
falling in
again.
mud pits. Yeah.
Well, Alexis, interestingly, remember there's no mud in this
Oh, that's right. This
part
is a
of the
cleaned up area.
rainforest.
Still, there's one last puddle for Tim.
And but still, it would have been
Mhm.
this is
Good
that's what the
point.
viewers expect to
Yes.
happen. But Tim actually lands on a really soft patch of grass, like
Hmm.
so soft, like
Didn't even
too
hurt.
soft, even like a
Yeah.
little squishy patch of grass. And
Hmm.
it's weird. He like pushes down on it a little bit and yeah, realizes that everywhere he just landed is really squishy and he shifts his weight a little bit and some of the grass beneath him peels up
Oh, yikes.
from the ground. And
Mm.
he leans over and sticks his hands right underneath where that grass came up and starts pulling it back, realizing that this is turf grass and
You're
that
kidding me.
this entire, he starts ripping it up, realizing this entire patch of rainforest has been lined entirely with turf, which is
Hmm.
what covered up the natural ground beneath, which is full of dirt and mud. They see that they're
Yeah.
ripping it up. So
Wow.
basically, the turf covered up the ground so the peccaries couldn't wallow in it.
Hmm.
So they weren't driven away on purpose. And 47 is like fully breaking down on him. He starts like word vomiting everything as DA is like getting those cuffs out still, like
Oh, you're looking as they're
still
like
crying.
ripping up the turf. DA just looks at him like, you've got a lot of explaining to do,
Got a lot of
buddy.
explaining to do. So
Give
yes,
me the cups.
yeah, cuff him, Tim. He's saying, how was I to know that this would ruin everything? I just didn't want mud to ruin my beautiful white suits or this area. And as he's saying this, as the kids are ripping up all of the turf, the peccaries are running back in and starting to splish splash in the mud that was beneath, ruining his white suit. And Tim here explains it all to him about like why this happened, saying like,
Mhm.
my dude, you ruined the web of life that goes on here. The web of life that creates this mini ecosystem, like this micro ecosystem that all these creatures and plants need to survive and thrive in. And of course, beautifully in that moment, that's when Tim realizes what Earth Day is all about. about how it's
Oh.
all connected in nature, the beautiful web of life. Dorothy Ann, as she's cuffing him, is like, God damn it, that was beautiful,
I don't.
Tim.
Yeah, he's like, that was beautiful. I don't give a fuck about Earth Day, though. Put this guy in jail.
I
But
just care
yes,
about Justice
do
Day,
care
and
about
that
Earth Day.
is every day
Exactly.
in my life.
Oh, man.
But 47 realizes the error of his ways. He promises to get rid of all of the turf so that the peccaries come back and he can restore this web of life here. And we learn, luckily, that he was true to his word because a few months later, back in school, a
Mhm.
package arrives for the class.
Oh.
And it is cans full of the beans right from the
Hmm.
Frizz's berry tree. And it
Hmm.
came from Inspector 22,
Oh. Who that?
formerly known, the note explains inside, as Inspector 47.
Oh, he got
But
big
he
promoted.
got
Holy
big
crap.
promotion. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He restored that area and it is thriving. And
Nice.
Inspector 1 recognized it. He got booted all the way up to at least 22. That's a pretty big promotion in just a
Yeah,
couple
that's
months.
big. Yeah, it's more than 20 spots.
Yes, exactly. And so, yes, as usual, we end with, and that's the end of the main episode. But
Yes.
yes, we end with the
Mm.
producer and Liz hanging out. They're roasting those beans to make some yummy stuff up. It's very cute. And there's not much to report about the kids calling in for this one, but we mentioned specifically our producer this time. Last episode, it was the female producer. This episode, it is our male producer, who was voiced by Malcolm Jamal Warner, who,
Hmm.
gosh, I guess from the time this episode comes out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I guess this comes out on the second, maybe? Or
Yeah, like two
sorry.
or 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away very tragically in a
Sadly.
really
Mhm.
sad, very scary reminder. Oceans can be scary out there.
Yes. And dangerous.
Accident when he was on vacation with his family. It's very sad. He was really young still. I think he was with his family too.
54. Yeah, family
Yeah.
vacation.
Yeah.
Somewhere
And
in
he
the
just,
Caribbean. I forget. Was
yeah,
it
it
St.
was.
Lucia or something? Or
Yeah, somewhere in the
St.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, just very sad, very tragic. He was very, I don't know, he did a lot of really cool things. Like he was in
He
so many
did.
things,
Yeah.
played like always like a very good like role model, especially in his like older
Hmm.
roles. Also
Yeah.
learned after his passing that he was an executive producer on this show,
So
which
I don't know if I'm not sure. I tried to look into that more, and I feel like that was in an
maybe the
NPR
article just
article, and
thought they thought
yeah,
producer meant
producer
okay,
meant,
okay.
yeah, okay, so
Because I was like, how did I miss
TBD
that?
on that. But if he was, I would not be surprised.
Yes,
But
but
at the
either
same time, like,
way,
I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
yes, very sad.
He lived a great life.
Yeah, very happy
Recently
that.
won some awards for his poetry as
Oh,
well.
really?
I read,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I should have looked it up. I forget which, if it was an Oscar for, or like something like that, because it was like they created a video with his
Oh,
poetry or something like
cool.
that, and his reading of it won an award. So it was either like a
Whoa.
Grammy or an Oscar or something like
Very
that.
cool.
Yeah, so award-winning artist, 54 years old, too young,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, truly.
changed
So
a
we want to
lot
give
of
a shout
changed a
out.
lot of lives. And yeah, he
Yeah, and so
did some
I
great work.
feel happy that that he's in this show and that we can like
Yeah,
remember him through this show
yeah.
still, and also of like that we had no idea going into this show that he was in it,
No, no
which is
clue.
cool.
Right. And I actually, it's interesting. I think the day that he passed away, or the day that it became news, was the day that our first Magic School Bus episode
Oh, yeah, I think it
aired,
was.
because my mom actually texted me about it. Like, I was just listening. Thanks, Mom, for
Oh,
listening, by the way. She's like, I was
thanks,
just
Steph.
listening to you talk about him, and look. And then she sent me an article, and I think it was like
Yeah.
later that day. So yeah, I guess it would be 2 weeks ago now
Yeah, more or
from
less.
when this, yeah. So
Yeah.
crazy that, like, yeah,
Yeah,
we were praising him in that
I
episode too. So
know.
we were paying tribute to him without knowing even
Yes,
what was going to
exactly.
happen.
So
And
we
that's the
wanted to
sadness of
flag
life.
that and remember him and
Yes, all
yeah.
the great stuff
So
he did.
yeah,
Yeah,
so that's today's episode.
that is. Yeah. And I hate to do the hard pivot, but I mean, I did have some just thoughts generally about that episode
Yes, okay, let
too
me hear it.
that I
We'll pivot back.
wanted
We'll pivot
to.
back.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
we're pivoting back again. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yes.
But now to talk about this episode, I think so let me see if I can remember them after that. I have like three big thoughts that
Okay,
I wanted to take away.
tell me.
The first one is I don't care the intentions and what good work they did afterwards. This nonprofit needs to be shut the fuck down. Okay. Because they
Great.
clearly
Who's
are not
hiring these
doing
inspectors?
exactly. They are not doing their due diligence first on environmental protection and
No.
all of that. And like, yeah, sustainable, fair, free trade, etc. Like knowing how to properly get
Yeah.
products from like one indigenous
Yes.
community out to like the masses. Shut this shit down. Major
Hmm.
investigation. That's probably actually why he got bumped up to Investigator 22 because they had a mass firing and like cleaned house and
Right.
restructured
Because,
the
like,
entire
in
organization.
reality, it's like he pulled the strings to get his own uh promotion because he was like, it's so
Yeah.
crazy. None of my things produced. Oh my God, look at it
Wow.
now. It wasn't
Wow.
me. I
Yeah.
wasn't the problem.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Red flag
But
still.
yes, there was a big
This
cleaning of house for sure.
Yes. And the second thing, I guess, is kind of like the social commentary with it all, because in the beginning, the kids were so excited about like this, we found this organization where you can sponsor a tree. And on the surface, that seems like so good for the world and for society with like such good intentions. And then once you dig deeper, you're like, oh no, they're lying to you. They actually have no like responsibility or like ethical
Don't give a shit about
understanding
the
of
environment.
yeah, good steward, yeah, like being good
Yeah.
stewards of the environment. Like they don't care about that for one. And two, all you have to do to get people with bad intentions like that to change is like boycott them and like threaten them with legal action. And then
Yeah,
they'll turn
exactly.
around and be like, wait, no, we are doing good.
We
See,
did so
we're so
good.
good. And
Just get
then the
some
third and
rainforest investigators in there.
exactly. And then the third and final thought, I think, is kind of just an overarching thought that I'm like realizing about this show that I never really realized when I was younger. And I'm sure we're going to
Hmm.
keep seeing it in every episode is how good, like as a science show, how good it is about explaining like cause and reaction and cause and
Yeah.
effect, or like the power of your choices and your actions, both in a
Yeah.
science context and just like in a civil civic society context.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you think it's great to have this pretty plot of land
Mm.
and to, you know, keep your suit clean or whatever. Like that seems so innocent and all that. But
Yeah.
when you do that, yeah, you're actually destroying an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Or like
Right.
even
Like
in your first
your
episode, like, yeah,
simple
you think it's
action
fun. Exactly. Your
has like
simple
huge
actions can,
ramifications.
right. Like you think it's fun to go to space and like collect space rocks because, you know, it's good for science and all that. But then
Yeah.
remember, like you have to have a certain weight on your space flight
Right.
coming back or
Right. You're
else
gonna
you
kill
will
everyone
not
in space.
survive. Exactly. So it's just like, yeah, I think the way that they have the students learn about
Yeah.
choices and like cause and effect of your actions is very interesting and great for a science
Yes.
show. And just like the one of the main reasons why this show is so great, because it's like an easy way for kids to learn, like, oh, that's good, that's bad. And even some
Yeah.
things that seem good can lead to bad, you know,
Yeah. Of
results.
like, it's good at, it's like science with life lessons that aren't the
Yes.
life lessons that are like, today we learn to be good friends. Cause like in my first
Right.
episode, it was like, don't be greedy. You're gonna
Yeah,
kill all your class. But they
exactly. But
never
also
once
we're in space.
said, right, they never once said, don't be greedy kind of thing. And
Yes,
like this one, it never
exactly.
said, like, think about all your actions. It simply said, all actions are connected kind of
Exactly. Like
thing.
see how this one thing, like a butterfly or like a what midge fly effect, if you
Yeah.
will. Like if you
Butterfly
change
effect.
one small thing that seems innocent, it's still gonna have this whole,
Yeah.
yeah, crescending, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
consequence list of
Impact. Yeah.
consequences. So great
Yeah.
show.
I
We
think it's
love
a great
it for
point.
that reason. And
Yes.
yeah.
100%.
Anyways, so those were all my thoughts just crammed in there.
Beautiful. I love them
Mm,
all.
thank you.
Agreed for all of
Thank
the
you.
above. And between now
Yes.
and next week, Alexis, for your episode, who should our listeners and viewers tell about the show?
I think you should tell some sort of like rainforest NGO or some
Oh,
non-governmental
nice.
organization. I can't think of, I'm sure you
Nice.
can think of one off the top of your head, like the name of one, but someone,
Yeah.
some group that does like rainforest protection,
Mm.
and, both like maybe protecting the rainforest and indigenous communities and them. Tell one of them. I guarantee you they fucked hard with this episode when they were young, whoever is running it. This maybe was their turning point in life.
Yes, this is relatable content.
Who should they tell?
Yes. Wow, that's very funny. I was going to say you should tell anyone who works at a nonprofit because it's hard out there right now.
That's fair. It's still
working at a nonprofit. Yeah, like it's rough out there at the nonprofits in any nonprofit. So any nonprofit, let them know they're doing really hard work. They need a little laugh break. They need a little mind break. So let them know. Listen to this episode. Yep, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.